Throwback Sunday. Yes, Throwback Sunday, my childhood stomping grounds. Let me first of all take the opportunity to apologize to each and every one of you, my followers, viewers, and subscribers, for the absence of the original format. Yes, quite a number of things came up during that time, and as such, I decided to do it differently though. But it's back to its original format. So today I'm here at, let me show you, intersection of Church Street. Yes, Church Street. Yep. Church Street, as evident by the steeple you were seeing there. That's the Anglican Church. Yeah. We have Granitang Road. Yes, Granitang Road. This road here takes you to the hospital. Yeah. Presbyterian Church, Fort George, etc. And we have straight ahead here Halifax Street. So it's a 4-road intersection. Church Street, Granitang Road, Halifax Street, and Young Street. Again, I'm in the historic city of St. George's in the state of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. The emphasis today, though, is on Young Street. Yeah, Young Street. I want to give you a tour of Young Street, and then I'm going to head on to Scott Street. Yeah. So this building here, this first building here, as a boy, I remember my deceased grandmother working for some people in that building. I think they were Clara. I think the surname was Clara. She used to wash and clean for these people here. It's no longer occupied. In fact, this here used to be the main entrance. They had a big wooden door here. You can see it's overgrown with brush and what have you. To the opposite side, I remember on this side here, we had what we call the People's Pharmacy. Yes, People's Pharmacy was owned and operated by the Radix family. We had a few of the doctors, well-known doctors that operated as well, are coming out of that family. Yeah, the People's Pharmacy is no longer here. So we're going down. We're going down. I'm not quite sure what this section of the building is here, but as you can tell, it's now a thrift store. A thrift store. This here, this passageway led to a residential thing. Of all my years, I always knew this place to have been residential. This section here, I knew we had a business house, and you can just take a look at the sort of a style of the buildings. Yeah, colonial in nature, limestone, as evident here by the walls. You can see the limestone. I guess it's aging. You can see it here as well too. All this section here, opposite me, that same building I talk about, the first building on the right coming on, Clara. Well, it has been transformed. We see now a restaurant. If you can see at the top here, it says City Inn Restaurant and Bar. City Inn Restaurant and Bar. At the bottom here, this here used to be a popular restaurant and bar. I think the gentleman name, or his nickname was Satan. They originated from Montmartre. So it was a restaurant and a bar. And we come to this side here, this section of the building here. I'm trying to remember what it was as a little boy. But it has transformed. It has transformed. And I just want to show you an area here. This here used to be the trail yard. Yes, I'm going to give you some insight and read a bit of history about the drill yard. Yeah, in my days, they had some wooden structures here with government offices. offices go right along. Well, that is no more. All the buildings have been torn down, and you can see the evidence of our past history, the style of the building, the colonial influence, more or less, that we would have had. You see here the remains of a step. Yeah. Look at the structures. Yeah. Overgrown with trees and what have you. So this here was the Juilliard. I just want to read you a bit of history about the Juilliard. Welcome, welcome one and all, wherever you are. This is Throwback Sunday, my childhood stomping grounds, wherever you are. I am hoping that my life today could be interactive. Those who know, those who don't know, want to ask questions, feel free. I'm quite sure there are a lot of you under the sound of my voice, Grenadians at that, that are familiar with Young Street and its environs. Yeah, talking about even Scott Street. Feel free, join the live. Yeah, comment, share, like, and subscribe. Well, let me just give you a bit of history here of the Juilliard. Just bear with me. I did a bit of research and came up with some information relative to that. Sorry about that there. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. So here it says, enslaved people were sometimes confined in the public jail that is here in the Juilliard on Young Street. Yeah? What is known today as the Juilliard. So we had enslaved people were confined in what at the time was a public jail within these walls. Yeah? I guess hence the name for the Juilliard. Yeah? I'm quite sure a lot of you on the live would be familiar with the Juilliard. Yeah? I never knew. It's the first time I come across this bit of information. Yeah? And I'm quite sure for a lot of you, it probably is the first step. It goes on to say it was primarily, today it is known as the Juilliard, which was primarily for free people, white or non-white. So again, I'll reread. Enslaved people were sometimes confined in this jail on Young Street, in which today is known as the Juilliard, which was primarily for free people. So prior to enslaved people being confined in this space, it was primarily for free people, whites and non-whites. Would you believe this? Could you believe this? So that's a bit of history here on the Juilliard. Let me see. I think I have some more information here. Just bear with me. So Young Street, it says, got its name from the fact that it originally led to a hospital at the top ridge, established in 1736 during the French colonization. Yeah? And this street again is historic. We have quite a number of buildings here. We will continue. So I'm leaving here, this section here, the Juilliard. Yep. And we're heading on out onto the main road. This building here, if my memory serves me correctly, this building, I think it was McCartney and Williams. McCartney and Williams, as a young boy, I think dealt in wholesale and retail produce products. Yeah, it is now the main office of the Marketing and National Importing Board. Yes, it says here, naturally the best, Marketing and National Importing Board um, tries to collaborate with local farmers, local producers, so you can come here to get fresh vegetable, fruits, and whatever other byproducts within these walls. Yeah, we continue along. The building immediately after Marketing and National Board, Marketing, National and Importing Board, house a well-known figure in Grenada and in the Caribbean, Sir Richard McIntyre. His family, himself, and his son once lived in this building. You can see it's a three-story building. Again, the colonial style evident. Yeah, it says here the Royal Grenada Police Force Criminal Records. You can get your records, and so here now. On the opposite side, this building here, I remember this two-story building once contained a yellow Pui art gallery. We had an art gallery here for quite a number of years. It is no longer here, and so we have um, House of Chocolate Grenada. Yes, House of Chocolate Museum Grenada. Here you can come in to get all things chocolate-wise, ice cream, um, Grenadian craft, and other products. Yeah, I just want to show you something here as well. This here says Black Bed Bridge, Escape Room Experience, Shublu Bay Boutique Resort, Grenada. I think this building here, House of Chocolate Grenada, is affiliated to Shublu Bay Resort. Yeah? So we come down, this building here, let me just bring it into the picture, is the home of the Grenada National Museum. Opening hours, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Public holidays and weekends by appointment only. So again, you can see the colonial style. I remember it used to be housed in the downstairs. So it will appear that the entire building houses the Grenada National Museum. Yeah, but a pity we couldn't go in further. Again, the effects of a colonial past in terms of the building style. Yeah. So we continue along, we going down, and I believe, yep, all right, most of the buildings and stuff here were residential. But times have certainly changed. We have here the Antillean Group. It's an insurance related company. And we have also the Office of the Public Service Commission. Office of the Public Service Commission. So any queries, information you need relative to the Public Service Commission, this is the offices here. All right, so we're here now at the intersection of Young Street and Moncton Street. Yeah, look at it. Moncton Street. There's a small plaque here that gives you a bit of information relative to the Grenada National Museum. It says Grenada Coat of Arms, Grenada National Museum. While the museum structure is indeed an historic artifact, the museum's collection offers a variety of objects emphasizing the island's past. Relics from native Indian populations provide a glimpse into early history, while flora and fauna displays showcase Grenada's national history. Old engines and huge copper kettles, once used for boiling cane juice, provide insight into Grenada's economic development, while colorful carnival costumes reflect Grenada's culture. Just a snippet of what this country has to offer and what the museum has in its archive. Yeah. So this here, Moncton Street, yeah, takes you to the Inland Revenue, quite a number of the government-related buildings and offices, and into the tunnel. But we'll deal with that another time. Yeah. This building here said it says Coates Grenada. Coates Grenada Limited is one of Grenada's premier home furnishing and appliance store. Yeah. Prior to it being the head office of Coates, I remember as a youth, a little boy, this used to be the head office of Huggins Grenada. Yep. See, welcome to Coates. Welcome to Coates. Yes. We take a look on the other side. Yep. This building here has seen some transformation. Yeah. I guess it was modernized. I don't think as a little boy it was like that though. Yep. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 levels. 3, 4 levels. And it's the home of Clico. I'll just step across after the traffic passes to show you. Clico International Life Insurance Building. I don't know if there's anyone on the live that could shed some light as to what was there before that structure was changed. And we come up to one of the many alleys, passageways that we have. And this alley here led to Simmons Alley onto Church Street. This building here, during my time, I don't know if the situation is the same, was the home of the Harbins. And in the downstairs here, we had a garage, Harbins Garage. Yep. Times have changed. We see a store here. It says Linstar. Yep. And we continued along. We have this building here. As a boy, I remember it being owned and operated by a well-known family in the Grenadian circles, W.E. Julian and Company Limited. Yep, W.E. Julian was well known. Yep, it now houses the Inland Revenue Department, Valuation Unit, Motor Vehicle and Drivers License Unit, and the Treasury Sub Office. I'm quite sure many of you would have heard about the Julians. I know they owned the Coca-Cola bottling plant. They were the agents for quite a number of products and supplies. So we get here to the intersection of Scott Street. Scott Street intersects there with Young Street. This building here has gone through some transformation. I think a few years, well, I shouldn't say I think, a few years ago we had a fire that engulfed, ravished this entire building all the way back to the old museum. Yeah, we had here, prior, there was a restaurant and bar. Yep. Rudolph's Restaurant and Bar. Yeah, it has since been transformed. They have ensured that the old brick look was maintained. It is owned and operated by Hubbard's Grenada. Yeah, you can see here, you can get your linen, plumbing, sanitary wares, housewares, television, appliances, and furniture. I think, if my memory serves me correctly, this entire building owned and operated by Hubbard's. And again, if my memory serves me correctly, upstairs here were some offices. I remember having to go up that side here to conduct business. And they had here a section where they sell, where full feed and stuff was sold. Yeah, we now have Hubbard's shipping department. So we're at the intersection, or at the end of Young Street, where it intersects with the carnage. Yes, pretty sight, very pretty sight. I must say too that we've been having some unusual conditions. Cool, quiet, nice breeze. Yes, not too hot, not too humid. Yeah, Last week, I attempted to do this very said thing, but it rained whole day and such, and as such, I had to put it on hold. Again, welcome to you, one and all. Welcome to you, one and all, wherever you may be. This is Throwback Sunday Live, my childhood stomping grounds. So I just concluded the historic Young Street. So now I'm headed on to Scott Street. A bit of trivia there. Is there anyone on the live can tell me how many alleyways on Scott Street connects with the carnage? If so, just tell me if it's one or two or three or four. Yep. So I'm here again. This building here again, formerly W.E. Julian. Yep. I remember the manager lived upstairs here for a bit of time. Yes. The manager of W.E. Julian. This here was the stairway that led to where he lived. Yeah, the top section here. Coming here. Yes. Here a doggy. Yes. This section here has always been a storage section. We have this line, Lloyd's Agency, King Ocean Services, and again, it's Hubbard's Shipping. They have since moved to the front section, Hubbard's Shipping. Yep. We're going along as a little boy. I remember this building here to again be another section of W.E. Julian. And this abandoned building has always been as is. Yes? Has always been as is. Yeah? For whatever reasons. I don't know if during construction it was halted. Um, they had them stop work on it. Yeah? But I remember as a little boy, it has always been like that. Yeah? And it's 3 levels. I'm now 61. And for the better part of my life, this building has been as it is. At some point in time, I think the downstairs was occupied. You can see here, it's called anytime in the world. They had a repair shop there, phone, what have you, maybe radios, TVs, yes, but it's vacant as you can see. And this here is the compound, again, Hubbard's, of one of our favorite supermarkets. Yes, Food Fair. This was one of my favorite places to shop as a little boy years ago, especially during Christmas time. Yeah, we would come here, my sister and I, to do our Christmas shopping. And the building directly above that says, with the notice that says no parking, that is, used to be the famous Nutmeg restaurant. It has gone through some changes, some transformation, and I think now it says the new Nutmeg. The new Nutmeg. So we continuing along. As we go up in this corner here where these 2 buildings meet, there used to be a dump heap, a collection site for the waste, the cardboard boxes, whatever it is that came from Food Fair supermarket, this section here, right here. Yeah. We continue up here. W.E. Julian, this is where they had or distributed the Bermuda's products. Yeah, I remember coming here on several occasions to buy Bermuda's products. Yes, we see here a sign that says Grenshaw Fire and General Insurance Agents Limited. Yep, main office. I'm not sure if it still is, but there are signs that it still is. Yeah. So on the opposite side, this section here, this green section here has always been as is. That old bit of structure there. Places as a little boy, I remember coming from Heinze School and we would traverse that area there. And we come on. So this is but one of the many alleyways that connects Church Street. In fact, the only alleyway that connects Church Street to Scott Street, Simmons Alley. Yes, as a little boy. I mean, look at the flight of steps. And just imagine me as a little boy going up and down this route, up and down this route. It has remained intact, yeah, going through a bit of deterioration. Yeah, again, the effects of the colonial era limestone. If you look at it carefully, um, it is all limestone. I want to go a bit closer. Look at the structure. You see, limestone in nature. Yeah, it has begun deteriorating. Yeah, yeah, but the steps